again. And usually you'll cross over at a certain time of the day when they're thinking about you. So I've pulled out the crystals of rose quartz and selenite, which backs up the rose quartz. They'll work really well together if you're trying to call in a love or a new love. You may be getting downloads about their recent activity as far as what they're thinking about, like you're connected on a spiritual level, and you may get hints of what's to come. They could be a younger Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn around you. They're dependable, they're chivalrous, they're honourable, they're humorous, their attention to detail is really good, which is why they're good at their craft, whether it be art, acting, painting, music. And it's saying that this could result into a long-term marriage. There's a proposal coming. Four of Wands is happy ever after. You have much to celebrate. Maybe they've done some work on themselves. They may have had some issues with addiction in the past with that codependency, and maybe they're working on those addictions at the moment and coming through the dark night of the soul. We've got here, this is the outcome, is a Nine of Cups. It's fantastic to come out. Talks about all your hopes and dreams come true. It's like a fairy grandmother is granting your deepest wish from the other side. Don't think this is not predestined. It actually was predestined in an astral form. Maybe you met by chance, and it's just come about that you were meant to work through these issues together. Maybe you both had issues of addiction and codependency in relationships and in life. The Fairy Lovers cards is new love, courtship, romance, and falling in love, which is a really nice card. It's Ambrosia. It's 46. It talks about, I guess, that first rush of when you get that butterfly in your chest and you can't keep it still. It's new love. It's enchanting. It's all important. It's like breath, food, or water. We fall in love, or you're about to fall in love. It's most likely to be with a beautiful other who you will be spellbound by. Do not fear. They will love you too, and the rapture they will come from, this coming together, will outweigh all the fear you have experienced or anticipate that it's lost in the past. The past love may have lost. This love is new, but it may also be the experience of the revival of deep, fresh love in a mature relationship. Courtship, being romanced and swept off your feet. You'll find your love are both magical beings who respond being to outdoors, making love under the trees. Will help you stay in love and experience ecstatic union, a wild, deep, free love, and true love is in bud. Oh rapture, oh deepest and wildest of joys. It's very romantic. This person may read poetry or be very, just very romantic. They're a hearts and chocolates type of people, whereas you might be more cerebral and you might find it attractive if someone's got a really big brain. But it doesn't mean you're not privy to things like romance. You might read romance novels. Beauty's truth. You may work in the beauty industry. Beauty, physical pleasure, and sensuality. You may think that you're not attractive enough for this person. You may think that he or she is more attractive than you. There could be like a 10-year age gap. I'm getting like they're in their 30s and you're in your 40s. So it could be like a mature love. They might be looking for someone that's more down to earth, has been through, all the craziness when you're younger, and they just want to settle with someone that's got similar interests, similar things in common. You are beautiful. It's time for you to realize you are beautiful and to harness and radiate your own beauty, to realize that by acknowledging your own unique attractiveness, your job now is to embody beauty. If this feels daunting, know that it is not vanity, nor it is an attempt to fit in, simply coming out from hiding. The world will benefit with you. Be kinder, sweeter, and more generous when you believe in your own beauty. If you are struggling with the truth of your beauty, sit before a mirror on a Friday night and focus within on love. See this love is radiate from under you and begin to glow. And as you do, watch your beauty grow. The fairies do this, and there is not one who is not divine to look upon. Having beauty will not make you weak, vulnerable, vain, or foolish. All of these are cliches, and you do not believe in the lining, or do you? Fairies have no judgment regarding types of beauty. They are loving and kind, and those who keep these same values are beautiful in turn. Do not deny yourself this form of self-love, for it has much power, magic, and healing within it. If you have any negative naysayers that want to, Debbie down your choice of who you like, who you want to be with, you have to hold a mirror up to yourself and see what you see in the mirror. If you don't like what you see, change it, fix it. If you don't like other people's negativity, put a mirror or a compact at the front door and aim their negativity right back at them. I swear it works. I had some people living here and I had a mirror daily faced upwards to the person that lived above me. They moved out within 6 months. It took a while. But repeated action, it's consistency that works when it comes to spell work. And intention has to be clear. And I said, I bless them. I bless them with on their way to finding their happiness, but I couldn't help them. I couldn't help them any more than I had to help myself before I could help another person. And this is what you must do when you're trying to give up anything in life, whether it be a sweet tooth or, I don't know, over exercising. It's consistency and intention and how do you say, execution of the plan. The next card we've pulled is the initiation. This is a rite of passage. This could be maybe like moving in together. You may want to move in together or move, I don't know, to another country or a house together. You might be buying property together, whether they have the finances or you do. There is a property that could be coming to you. It's putting down solid foundations. And that card number is the initiation. There's no actual number on these cards. They're a bit different. This is like coming of age, growing up, taking that leap of faith. It's protection, though. You've been protected. It's saying you've been protected by your ancestors and their ancestors. You may have some affiliation with Winston Churchill. Don't know why. That's just for someone in particular. You may have ancestors related to that person. 68. I know Meghan Markle apparently is related to Winston Churchill. Some of the most sacred initiation chambers and temples look scary from the outside, but are breathtakingly beautiful on the inside. This represents the journey that the soul pilgrim is required to take to reach somewhere sacred, but only the initiated can enter. Perhaps that's where you are right now. You are being tested. Initiated because you are headed somewhere sacred. Initiation is required. We cross the threshold from one world or state of being to the next. We are called to face what scares us and have to be willing to lose it all in order to gain a new way of being, of safety, of security, of depth of meaning. Rites of passage mark the shift from one age to the next and can take place because of emotional turmoil, great loss, grief or devastation. But it is through the seeming hardships that our heart cracks open and our spirit is invested to step forward. We take this sacred voyage into more of who we are and who we became here to be. It can be painful and scary, but once we begin this journey, we can be more ourselves than ever before. If you're in the middle of this crossing over the bridge, you will bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. You're going somewhere sacred. It'll be worth it. You're closer than you think. You may also have intuition that you don't even know you're aware of, that's deep-seated, that you have this ability to intuit and tap into other people's energy once you've been in their area. Anna, the grandmother of Jesus. I never knew this, but Anna was called the grandmother of Jesus. Now, my middle name's Anne, and I know a lot of people have Anne in their middle name, but I didn't know it was sacred. I know on my grandparents' side, my great-great-grandparents, on two sides, there's Anne. I think one was an aunt. So that's called grandmother of Jesus. So call in all your spirit guides, your totem poles, your ancestral roots to overcome an ancestral curse that's been plaguing your family for many, many generations. I think you're the one that's going to break the spell, as in practical magic. She breaks it because it's love that breaks the spell. Love can move mountains, make you act in leaps of faith when you normally would be too afraid. It's saying have that risk, take that leap, jump into the unknown, jump into the void. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Have the courage to go after what you really, really want in life. The person that makes you feel happy. And that person may not fit the normal societal rules of how they should look, how thin or whatever they should be. I find personally men that are too thin, unattractive. I prefer someone who's got muscle. Seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. An ancient mystic who dedicated her life to laying foundations for Christ the consciousness, to be woven throughout all of time. Anna represents the quiet sign. Hear the siren? That's confirmation. The quiet dedication that's sometimes required to live a life of service. She represents that generations that came before and devoted their lives to dreaming a new world into being, while knowing that she would not see the glorious end result. She represents the dutiful soldier, the unconditional mother, and the mystic who can see the thread that is woven through all of life. Anna teaches us that we are a part. We all have a part to play in the divine plan. It doesn't have to be on the world stage to be significant. One person's part is not worthier than another. One person's part may be to mother their children, another's part may be to gather women in circle each month. No part is better or worse, more important or less significant. We each have within us a seed of light that we incarnated to share. Anna is gathering us all to remember that surrender to our part of the plan. Work your light activation. Work on the heart chakra. The pink stone represents the chakra of the heart. That's what you need to play with at the moment. Use your intuition, is saying, open to your intuition. And with that, I would use the lapis azul, which comes from, I think, Egypt. It's like a scarab. It represents a scarab. You're very lucky right now. All your wishes are just going to magically appear. Citron is the crystal that attracts good luck and good fortune. So have that near you. If you're having sleep issues like I do all the time, amethyst is great for sleep. And the other really good card is Howlite. Howlite helps with sleepless nights as well. I find really hot condition, like an aircon on, hot showers, and just sweating it out and get into that really sleepy place. If you're too hot or too cold, that's sleep hygiene you have to take care of. So someone's sleep hygiene's out of whack because they're worrying about a loved one. Sorry it took so long to get this up. I've just had so many dramas, but hopefully this finds you when you need it. Okay, namaste, and thanks for listening to me and liking and sharing my page. So this is for the fire sign, sun, moon and rising, Moonlight Madness.